Welcome everyone to another edition of Uncle Smooth's Man Cave. I'm your host, Uncle Smooth. So, busy week, past 2 weeks actually. You saw the video last week of us on the hunt, finding new figures and all, but we actually made some purchases and didn't get to update and actually show what we picked up. So, this video is going to be all about what we picked up and also at the end of the show, what we have going on. So I'll run through everything that we picked up this week. A lot of stuff to go through, and then at the end of the video, I'll have pictures of each and everything that we picked up, so that way you actually get a little bit better detailed picture of what we picked up. So first thing picked up this week is Vinnie Mac Titantron. Should be from 2000. Had to add a Vince McMahon figure to the collection. Obviously, he's the pioneer of everything. Old Vinnie Mac himself, as you can see. Pretty detailed figure. So Vince is a loose figure that we picked up at Second Chance Toys in Glen Burnie, Maryland. If you're in the Glen Burnie area and you're looking for any type of Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joes, anything, check out Second Chance Toys in Glen Burnie, Maryland, off of B&A Boulevard, right by Glen Burnie High School. Next thing was we actually, today, as I was out and about, I stopped into the local Big Lots and found WWE Network Spotlight Sting. He is actually already, the packaging was already coming apart, so technical difficulties. Surfer Sting is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Obviously, as a kid, everybody knows I'm a huge Sting nut. Sting is my dude. Always has been, always will. Awesome Con here in the DMV. He'll be here April 27th. I am going to meet him, get my big gold belt signed, and get my picture with Sting. Who knows, I might even paint my face. Just kidding. But as you can see, network exclusive Sting with the Surfer style. Love this figure. So, also today, picked up the Mega Maniacs WrestleMania 9 figure. This is when Brutus and Hulk Hogan teamed up against Money Inc. in Las Vegas at WrestleMania. This is right after Brutus came back, after he had his face crushed from a parasailing accident where somebody actually was parasailing and basically hit him in the face with their knees as they were coming down. So, pretty cool figure. Got the mask. Obviously, Brutus's shears. Pretty neat figure there. Also this week, last night, ACW Wrestling in Maryland has a local wrestler who was just recently in the WWE and friend of the show. Any Man Has Two Hands has a fighting chance. James Ellsworth picked up his figure 2 days ago on Amazon, had it delivered, and had James Ellsworth sign this last night for me. Good dude, gets a bad rap. Not too bad. So, James Ellsworth, dual battle pack with Carmella. Access is coming up. Obviously, we're going to be there. The goal is to have Carmella sign it. If not, maybe see if we can get her to sign it at SmackDown here in Baltimore coming up. Also, last night, this was cool for me because this man is your longest reigning and your very last WWE Light Heavyweight Champion. The man, Gillberg. So, Dwayne Gill is Gillberg. He's from here in Baltimore. He was WWE's parody of Goldberg back in the day. And as you can see, he signed it Gillberg here. And then on this side, he actually signed it Dwayne Gill. What I did not know was Gillberg was not the light heavyweight champion. Dwayne Gill was. But Dwayne Gill actually won the title and held on to it for 452 days, finally losing to Christian. So he was the longest reigning champ until he lost to Christian, and then next thing you know, the light heavyweight championship was gone. I actually have a picture of me and Gillberg from the King of Maryland ACW show, where I actually have a picture of me holding the light heavyweight title while he punches me in the face. So it's kind of cool. Thought this was pretty neat. It's the 2001 Jax light heavyweight foam championship signed by Gillberg. Pretty neat. Also this week, we got in, switch away from wrestling for a second. Baseball, obviously I collect everything, so Baltimore Orioles catcher, Chance Sisco, with his patented CS signature. trash. I like the kid, but come on, dude. You can write out Chance Cisco. It's not that hard instead of you writing CS. But teach their own. I bought it, so it is what it is. Now, this will get a little controversy from everybody because this guy got paid big money and has basically done nothing but shit on his nuts. A huge, huge fan of this guy. So, everybody doesn't like him. He doesn't hit. He only batted like 162 last year, but he's still the crusher in my eyes. He's still the big man. The deputy, Chris Davis. As you can see, the crusher, Chris Davis, signed baseball. Personally, I'm still a fan of Chris, so I like it. Also, we got in new starting center fielder, Cedric Mullins. This is his MLB debut game signed ticket. So that's a pretty nice little find for us as well, Cedric Mullins debut ticket. And this is the botch of the week. So all the rumors flying around of this guy and that guy coming to the Ravens during free agency. I bought into the hype. I really thought this guy was coming here. This one kind of sucks a little bit. So Kurt Hawkins, if you ever watch this, you want to be the trade ski of the week since he's now a New York Jet. Le'Veon Bell signed football. Obviously, I have no use for it anymore, but any Jets fans out there that watch this and want to see be a trade ski of the week, here's a Le'Veon football. Hit up Uncle Smooth. Let's work a deal. Also this week, I picked up the broski himself, Zack Ryder. This is the Zack Ryder basic figure from, I believe it's 2015. 2015 Zack Ryder basic figure. Didn't have a figure of Zack in the collection, so we added this figure of Zack. Obviously, he runs the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, one of my podcasts I listen to every week. So, had to add the broski, Zack Ryder, to the collection. Also this week, Pro Wrestling Tees bought out That Wrestling Club, and they offered a special to where if you're a Pro Wrestling Crate subscriber like I am, you had VIP access to the autographs that they're now selling. It was a complete mystery grab bag. $20 an autograph, and you had no clue what you were getting, but if you bought it within the first day as a VIP person, you were guaranteed to get at least a premium autograph. Me, I bought two. So the first one we picked up was none other than Mr. Woo himself, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Obviously, I've met Rick. Rick's a great dude. It's funny. Some of the stuff he said in the back I can't say when I was with him, but this was well worth it, $20. So Ric Flair is signed 8x10 from when Pro Wrestling Tees brought out Pro Wrestling Club. And then also we got the Rated R Superstar exclusive to That Wrestling Club, but now it's exclusive to Pro Wrestling Tees, Edge. Thought that was a cool find as well for that. Also this week I won, and I'm on a raffle group for wrestling stuff, a lot of signed autographs and some exclusive toys. I wind up winning a WWE The Magazine Randy Orton signed magazine. This was pretty cool. It is from July 2009. Obviously, magazines aren't too big anymore, so it's a 10-year-old magazine signed by the Viper himself, Randy Orton, who's probably going to beat AJ Styles and hit one of the sickest RKOs at WrestleMania. And that's that. Alright, so what else do we got here this week on Uncle Smooth's Man Cave? We got, from last week, this is also something we won on that page itself, is Fan Central's Kevin Nash signed figure. I don't have many signed figures, but like Nash, he's always been a favorite of mine, even when he was Diesel. Even back when he was Oz, I actually thought the Oz character was pretty good. And then he became Vinny Vegas, Diesel, Kevin Nash, Big Sexy, everything you want him to be and more. Even when CM Punk was making fun of his crickety knees with his sister Shalene, I thought it was hilarious. But Nash has always been my dude. I even drove 2 hours last week to meet him and get my big gold belt signed. So, as you saw in the last video. But Kevin Nash signed Fan Central figure. Pretty sick. Also this week, we got the Basic 92 Jeff Hardy figure from Walmart. This was pretty cool. He's in the line with Mandy Rose, Cena, Samoa Joe, and Seth Rollins. If you find the Seth Rollins with the Shield figure, that is the variant, and he is highly sought after. So if you find him and you don't want to keep him, hit up Uncle Smooth. I'll take it. So Jeff Hardy, Series 92. Thought that was pretty cool. Also, can't have Jeff without Big Money Matt himself, Matt Hardy. So we picked up the Matt Hardy WrestleMania Basic. This series comes with Kevin Nash, John Cena, Matt Hardy, Elias, Charlotte, and Trish Stratus. This figure depicts Matt Hardy winning the Andre the Giant, Memorial Battle Royal last year at WrestleMania with his white gear. Also, if you know from that, that's when Bray Wyatt also popped up and they became the leaders of the world. So, Matt Hardy, basic figure, pretty cool. As you saw in one of the Hunt videos, we got the Usos. Series 64, highly detailed Uso figures. These figures are pretty sick. I think these are probably some of the best figures out for the Usos. Pretty decent, pretty cool. So Usos Series 64, not too shabby. Also this week, I got tired of looking at this thing, so I just said, screw it, I'm gonna buy it. I don't have one in my collection. I might as well get them. So anybody who's been looking for NXT figures has seen this figure and seen this figure and seen this figure, and he is Machka Rusev himself. The Rusev figure, I got tired of looking at it. Screw it. I'm just going to buy it. And I bought it, so we got the Rusev figure. Now, on to another find at Second Chance Toys this week is the Revival First Time in Line Battle Pack. This is their debut figures for when they were in NXT. This is the Revival, the Raw Tag Team Champions right now. They're already up on the main roster. This figure's a couple years old, but it's kind of neat. So we got the Revival 2-pack. We'll be opening this up later, putting it in the display case. Also, we got the WrestleMania Elite Scott Hall. Scott has the interchangeable hands, and he has a brick right here to where you can basically bust that over somebody's head. Now this figure, I'm actually having it signed. This will be in the collection as a signed figure in Hagerstown, Maryland, Big Time Wrestling, coming with Jeff Jarrett, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. If you're in the Hagerstown area, stop up, support Big Time Wrestling, support indie wrestling, in fact. But this figure will be signed, so this will not be coming out of the box. It'll actually go in a display case signed. So Scott Hall, Elite, pretty sick. This one here is fan favorite of mine. I really like this guy a lot. I got kids. He's got kids. Heath Slater, Series 53 Elite, with the the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So Heath Slater is from Pineville, West Virginia. Got a couple friends from West Virginia who are familiar with Heath and his family. Chris and Ashley, really great people who I've become friends with through the autograph and meeting Chris, and honestly could say Chris is one of the nicest dudes around. So Heath Slater has been a favorite of mine ever since he brought out Beulah and his 17 kids. So had to pick up a Heath Slater, I got kids figure, Elite 53. Also this week, these just started populating, and that is Series 65. But before we jump into Series 65, we're going to jump into Series 64 and the other man from the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Kurt Hawkins. Like you said, Hawkins, he loses almost every time he wrestles. Actually, he has lost every time he's wrestled recently. But he's got a great podcast. I like his podcast. So, Kurt Hawkins, Series 64. Now, Series 63. This one is pretty special. He is the gold standard himself, as you can see. Shelton Benjamin. This is the gold Chase variant, Shelton Benjamin. The basic figure for Shelton comes with the white pants. The Chase variant is the gold pants with the ladder as well. If anybody's seen the Money in the Bank match from one of the WrestleManias previous ago, Shelton basically climbed up the ladder with it standing straight up in the air. But gold standard variant, Shelton Benjamin, pretty sick figure. Pretty good find at Walmart the other day after picking up a Triple H to go to buy it and realizing that somebody switched it out with a Walmart exclusive from 2012 on a basic figure. So whoever did that, you're a scumbag. You deserve to have your hands cut off. Go fuck yourself. But other than that, excuse the language, but that guy can go fuck himself for stealing. Shelton Benjamin, interchangeable hands, Elite 63. Nice find. Now, on to the Series 65 that is now hitting the stores. And first figure we're going to have is the first in line, EY himself, Eric Young. This is the Eric Young's debut figure from Sanity. As you know already, we already got Killian Dane. Alexander Wolf will be the Chase variant for this series, so we'll be looking for this one as well. Once we find the Chase for Alexander Wolf, we could be pretty happy, but he is going to be a Target exclusive, and we probably won't see it for another month or so before they start hitting the shelf. And of course, if you're like me, you're going to be looking for it. A lot of people are going to be looking for it. But this is first time in line, Eric Young. Eric Young was a big-time player for TNA. Right now, he is the leader of Sanity, and anybody seen Sanity? Because I haven't seen him on TV, but this figure is probably up for Figure of the Year. It is sick, highly detailed, highly detailed, sick figure. Next up will be the Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey, her first Elite figure. Ronda has her basic figure out. This is Ronda's first ever Elite figure of her contract signing, making her in-ring debut for WrestleMania. This is when she threw Triple H through the table. So this is pretty neat. Ronda Rousey, Elite 65. Picked this up at GameStop on the way down to MCW in Crofton, Maryland. But even has the contract of Ronda signing for WrestleMania. Pretty neat. Ronda Rousey, Elite 65. Next up, we have the face breaker herself, as you can see, Nia Jax. Nia actually has interchangeable heads. Most of these figures are now coming with interchangeable hands. Nia is coming with interchangeable heads, and that headdress with the braids is kind of sick. So Nia with the floating heads, really cool figure. I don't know what the hell to do with the other heads, but when I open it up, we're going to let them breathe, and we'll figure out what to do with the heads and which one we want to change out, which one we don't. Me personally, I kind of like the one where she's got the pigtails, but Nia Jax, Series 65 Elite, kind of cool. So we're going to jump off the 65s for a second and give a shout out to a buddy of ours. My good buddy, FedEx Ricky, hooked me up this week with a autograph Joe Flacco 8x10. Joe obviously isn't a Raven no more, but I don't give a shit. You can see right there, Joe's still hanging up on my wall. Ravens Super Bowl MVP, Joe Flacco 8x10. Appreciate this, FedEx Ricky. You the man like always, bro. Also this week, we picked up the Notorious B.I.G. Funko Pop. Actually, we picked up both of them. Biggie with the crown and Biggie with the jersey. These are the Funko Pop rocks. Biggie. I'm a Biggie guy, not a Tupac guy. I like Pac, but I've always been a Biggie guy. Always will be a Biggie guy. Biggie Pops. And these actually are going to stay in the box because Biggie's my dude. And Biggie deserves to stay in the case. Now, back to the figures here, and I just want to ask y'all one question.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Who wants to walk with Elias? Entrance Greats. This is the very last Entrance Greats that will be made by Mattel. And this is the Elias Entrance Greats, obviously with the guitar. He's got his chair, and like you just heard,
Who wants to walk with Elias?
who wants to walk with Elias? I'll walk with Elias. Elias is my dude. Now, this man just made his return after battling leukemia, so congratulations on being in remission. The big dog, Series 65, Roman Reigns, interchangeable hands, Intercontinental title. So this is a pretty cool figure. I personally like it for the IC title. When we open this up, I'm not putting the IC title on Roman. Roman's not an IC title guy. He's a heavyweight champion guy. But what I will do is put this IC title on the man who's made it most relevant, and that is The Miz. So, Series 65 Roman, pretty sick. Now, the last bit of little stuff we got is autographs. We got, had a little mix up with a person I was dealing with on the autograph 16x20 Sting figure. I mean, Sting 16x20, but that, he made it right. He made a mistake and shipped it to somebody else. The other person has an answer, responded back to him. So the gentleman made it right for me. So I won this Edge 11x14 photo in my group that I'm in, where you can enter raffles to win certain autographs. So $10. I won me an Edge 11x14. I thought this photo was kind of sick with the everything being spotlighted with the belt signature. So Edge, that's a good one. Next, when I opened up the package, he said he took care of me, put a couple extra things in there, and one of the things in there was the man who was going to slay the beast at WrestleMania, 11x14 signed Seth Rollins. Thought this was cool. This was a nice little surprise. I definitely thought this was going to be it, but that wasn't. This wasn't it for what he hooked me up with. Like I said, he tried to make it right. He made a mistake, and I can appreciate that. But this right here, for anybody who knows, you know, the Dynamite Kid signed 11x14 photo. That's sick. To have a Dynamite Kid signed photo who didn't come around, didn't do all the shows, to get this is pretty cool, especially now with him passing away. But Dynamite Kid 11x14, I was a British Bulldogs kid as a fan, so this for me was cool. I actually used the Dynamite Kid figure. The LJN was my Chris Benoit figure for many, many, many years growing up when I'm playing with my figures when I was a kid. Obviously, I don't play with my figures now. I display them, so it's kind of cool to me. So that's basically it. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more. Be right back. Oh, it's hard being the champ of YouTube toys here in Maryland. But the big gold came in this week. WCW big gold with the WWE logo, but nice, detailed, red backing, really, really cool. But big, sexy Kevin Nash signed the gold for us. So the reason why I grabbed the belt down now is because this man symbolizes this championship. This thing was, nobody could find it for a while, and finally GameStop put it on their website, and they're going to actually release this to the general public in brick and mortar in Maryland on April 1st, but Uncle Smooth went ahead and got it. Retrofest Ric Flair. This is the Ric Flair Retrofest GameStop exclusive. Really detailed. Looks like the Jakks Classic Superstars Ric Flair. But this man is the reason why this belt is so significant. Anybody who knows wrestling knows that this man, woo, is the big gold belt. So that's it for Uncle Smooth's Man Cave. This week coming up, we have a appearance by number 5, Orioles Hall of Famer. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's doing a little bit of an appearance this week, and we have a beautiful 2-foot by 3-foot canvas that we're gonna have signed. That I'll upload the video of us in going for the hunt to getting it, and getting the autograph with him, and maybe we can get that man to actually say hello on the show. But we're going to see him this week, and we're going to have that signed, and that'll be updated for you. And then anything else we find this week, we'll keep you updated. But from Uncle Smooth, Cousin Marv, who is obviously not here, thank you for watching Uncle Smooth's Man Cave. We'll see you next week.